We're back with more NWA Southwest Wrestling main event.
These are three men from the Paradise Trailer Park in Austin, Texas, near the suburb of Hippie Hollow, who have been causing a lot of havoc in NWA Southwest. Bobby Too Bad, Harley Johnson, and Brett Bones. They are Texas Trailer Trash. And gentlemen, you've got a one-on-one contest coming up tonight. Bobby Too Bad, you do, against Hotstuff Hernandez. And I know you've faced Hotstuff many times before, and they've been real knockdown dragouts, and I don't think anything's really been resolved yet.
Tonight is going to be just like all the other times I fought hot crap. I'm going to whoop his ass. That national heavyweight title belongs to me. I beat him. I beat the heavyweight champion. We beat the tag team champions. We beat cruiserweights. We all three deserve gold belts. We've got air conditioning we need to get turned on. So that gold belt that Hotstuff has, that's ours. That's mine. Bobby. All of ours. And then we're going to get them tag belts that belong to us from the Blackbird Posse. Tell them, Harley, what we're going to do to them.
I think for now you ought to hurt Hotstuff real bad. Cripple him. Let's get rid of that muscle head, okay? And how come we don't have the titles around our waist, the tag team titles? You know, the Blackbird Posse got disqualified, right? They brought a cheer into the ring. Remember that?
Oh,
you know?
Yes.
And we want a title shot again. And you need to get us a title shot, okay? We deserve it. We're the toughest, baddest guys here, okay?
All right, well, we shall see if promoter Ken Taylor, if he will see fit to give these gentlemen another title shot against the Blackbird Posse for those NWA Texas Tag Team belts. And certainly it's quite possible there could be a different outcome next time, maybe not a disqualification next time. We shall see. This is NWA Main Event Wrestling.
NWA Southwest Wrestling will be back after these messages. We're back with more NWA Southwest Wrestling main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, your following contest is scheduled for one fall as a non-title match. Introducing first, weighing in at 232 pounds, from Houston, Texas, the ladies' man, Chaz Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, and his opponent, weighing in at 209 pounds, from Houston, Texas, he is the NWA National Heavyweight Champion, Hotstuff Hernandez.
Hotstuff Hernandez versus Chaz Taylor here on NWA Main Event Wrestling non-title match. Hotstuff Hernandez is the NWA National Heavyweight Champion. Referee Phil Brown, the senior official of NWA Southwest Wrestling, is your referee for this one. And whoa, wait a minute, Chaz just spit his water, at least I hope that was water, into Hotstuff's eyes, temporarily blinding him. And Chaz goes to work on Hotstuff in the corner. Chaz Taylor is a man with certainly a lot of pent-up emotion, a lot of pent-up aggression, as he is very upset about not getting any title shots, even though he is the #1 contender for the belts in NWA Southwest Wrestling. And Cactus Jack Royal, I do have to give him that. He is the #1 contender, and Chaz should certainly get a title shot of some type.
Yes, he should. Why, this should be a title match. Hotstuff Hernandez is lucky to have his title.
Well, apparently the NWA feels otherwise. They feel that Chaz has got to prove himself here against Hotstuff Hernandez in order to get a shot at that national heavyweight belt.
Time and time again. See, this is what gets people upset. This is what causes people to go in there and hurt other people. They're getting treated like they're not respected. They get disrespected. Chaz feels disrespected, and I kind of like this new attitude at Chaz.
Well, he has certainly become a lot more arrogant as of late. You talk about believing in yourself. Chaz certainly believes in himself a great deal. Oh, look at that. High spinning kick by Hotstuff Hernandez, taking Chaz down. Hotstuff with the cover, 2, and only a 2. Chaz gets that shoulder up.
A very arrogant cover by the national heavyweight champion.
Head first into the turnbuckle. Chaz in the corner, taking a chop to the chest from the national champion. And a big clothesline. And Hotstuff just going to town, back and forth, corner to corner on Chaz. The Love Machine is in deep, deep trouble right here. Up and over with the suplex, and it is Hotstuff Hernandez going in with the cover, not hooking the leg though, and Chaz gets the shoulder up.
Of course he's not hooking the leg. He thinks his luck is never going to run out.
Jawbreaker by Chaz.
Can't build up all them muscles around that, can you?
Very hard to develop the muscles on the chin.
I think Chaz just knocked his tooth out.
That's very possible, and now a thumb to the eye.
No muscles there either.
Chaz going to some underhanded moves here against Hotstuff Hernandez.
I believe it was you who said, desperate things, desperate measures.
Chop to the chest by Chaz, and another one. And look out, Hotstuff turns it around. Chopping on Chaz, and again, oh my gosh, that's going to leave some marks.
Oh yeah, leave mark for about a week and a half on Chaz.
Oh, at least. Big slam by the big man from Houston. And he drops the elbow on the Love Machine. Phil Brown in for the count, only a 2.
Now we speak often of these bad Houstonians, and of course Hotstuff Hernandez is one of those bad Houstonians.
I beg your pardon.
He is.
I seriously doubt that. Now you, on the other hand, well, never mind.
Oh, I live in a prominent neighborhood there in Houston. Very prominent. But now here's Hotstuff Hernandez. Chaz is coming outside to get his... Oh, there he goes.
Chaz was waiting for him, and he laid that right hand into the midsection of Hotstuff Hernandez.
Serves Hotstuff Hernandez right for coming on out here trying to get Chaz from behind while he's trying to catch a little breath, which is totally in the legal limits. To step out, you got a 10 count, I believe, 10 or 20. I'm not sure exactly what it is in the NWA anymore.
Reversal of the whip, and Chaz goes into that safety railing. I believe the rule is they have a 20 count in the NWA.
Okay, Chaz is using his allotted 20 count to get a little breath. There you go. There's that idiot posing for them idiot fans. They're 2 of a kind. He deserves them, and they deserve him.
Chaz Taylor preventing Hotstuff from coming in, and look out, there's the neck rub. And a little bit of a stomp for good measure, putting extra pressure on the neck of Hotstuff.
Hold on. He's got a twisted camera angle so Chaz, so all these ladies can get that picture of Chaz. Those of you on the internet, feel free to freeze the frame and download it for your favorite.
Big flying shoulder tackle by Hotstuff Hernandez, putting Chaz in the middle of the ring. And it is Hotstuff trying to take control of this match once again. He's got Chaz up and down with a body slam. And Hotstuff's climbing those ropes. I think he's going to go for his moonsault. Look out.
It's a big man to be up there.
290-pounder, and Chaz rolls out of the way. Hotstuff hits the mat hard.
And misses.
Hotstuff Hernandez may very well have had all the wind knocked out of him from missing that moonsault against Chaz Taylor.
If not, he's had at least maybe a cracked rib or 2.
At least, look at this. A roll-up. Chaz has hold of the tights.
Did he win? I was making sure the mic was on for you so you didn't mess up this time.
He's saying only a 2 count. He only got a 2 count on Hotstuff. Look out.
Here we see it.
5 minutes gone in this match.
There's that dreaded Hotstuff spear.
Hotstuff and a 3, and there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, Hotstuff Hernandez.
Hotstuff Hernandez is your winner.
Miscue by Chaz. He thought he had the 3 count. Phil Brown don't know how to count the 3. I saw it was 3. He wants to contend it was 2. But Phil Brown needs to go put his glasses on. Put your glasses on.
Don't argue with the senior official of NWA Southwest Wrestling. You are going to lose.
tuned. NWA Southwest Wrestling will be back after these messages. We're back with more NWA Southwest Wrestling main event.
This contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way down the aisle, weighing in at 222 pounds from Fort Worth, Texas, Xavier Payne. His opponent being accompanied by the manager of champions, Steve Moody, weighing in at 300 pounds from Houston, Texas, the problem solver, Fixx.
Well, certainly this man is big enough to solve any problem that Mr. Steve Moody may have with anybody in NWA Southwest Wrestling. And this monster is in the ring right now against a graduate of the NWA Southwest Wrestling Academy, Xavier Payne, and quite a difference in height there. As I am Rob Moore, joined at ringside by Cactus Jack Royal. And Cactus Jack, this Fixx, he is a monster and a half.
Yes, we saw him in weeks past, and he has just obliterated everybody. And I don't know what Xavier Payne thinks he's doing out here challenging Big Fixx. And he lost enough.
Well, Xavier Payne certainly doesn't have the most sparkling record in NWA Southwest Wrestling, but he is going through what you might call the school of hard knocks, taking on anybody and everybody and gaining experience. And I guess in this one, he's taking on a monster, as I keep saying. I know that's redundant, but I don't know of a better way to describe this problem solver, Razor Fixx.
Well, that's what Steve Moody calls him, and I kind of like Steve Moody's change of attitude lately. He's gotten a little bit more aggressive, a little bit back to the old Steve Moody.
Well, indeed, I have seen the old Steve Moody, and believe me, this is certainly a return to form for him. Look at this, Fixx going into the corner, just splashing Xavier Payne right there in the corner. And this big Fixx, 6'8", 300 pounds, and he is, I don't want to say monster again because I'm just
go ahead and say
myself.
It. He is. These people are used to you repeating yourself.
Side slam by Fixx. And Xavier Payne certainly feeling the pain right there. Phil Brown, the NWA Southwest senior official, is your referee here on NWA Main Event Wrestling.
Look at this. Steve Moody is so confident over here to my right. He's just not even worried about telling Razor Fixx what to do. He's drawn to all these fans who we all know are idiots anyway.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Fixx now feeling the brunt of an offensive maneuver by Xavier Payne. Xavier coming out of the corner, and now he's going to fire Fixx into the ropes, but Fixx went for a reversal, and look at that. Xavier head first into the rock-hard abdomen of Razor Fixx and didn't phase the big man at all.
No, he did not phase the big man one bit. I kind of thought Xavier Payne kind of lost his footing.
Where is the competition?
Obviously, it's not Xavier Payne, Steve.
Xavier Payne is the opposition for Razor Fixx. I don't know about being competition. Steve Moody wanting competition.
He came over and all but begged for Ken Taylor to give this man some competition.
Well, I'm sure he'll find it sooner or later. Plenty of great stars in the dressing room here at NWA Southwest Wrestling. It'll be interesting to see who will come out and stand up to this big man.
Look, this guy is so huge and so powerful. He was standing right here, right close to the ropes, right next to the broadcast booth. Went for a fall-away slam, about threw Xavier Payne into the first row.
He certainly did that as Fixx comes down with a forearm on the chest of Xavier Payne. And now it is Fixx going for the Irish whip. Going for a backdrop, but look at this, Payne coming over with a sunset flip, but to no avail as the Fixx lays in that big right hand and puts a stop to that.
Xavier Payne has got to know. Obviously, this guy's not too experienced. He ain't been around that long as far as I know. I don't know his background. I don't know when he graduated from the NWA Southwest Academy. but he ought to know that when you take on a big man, you can't stand toe-to-toe with, oh, look at there you go, Steve Moody. Show him why you're the manager of champions.
This is not necessary. This is not necessary. Razor Fixx in the ring, chest to face, I guess you could say, with Phil Brown, while Steve Moody just manhandled Xavier Payne on the floor, and he just threw him back in for Razor Fixx to beat up on some more.
Again, Razor Fixx is so huge. Normally a wrestler, of course, you know, I used to be a wrestler many years ago, not too many years ago, but most wrestlers, when they have a manager outside helping take care of business, they turn the referee around just to hide whatever their manager might be doing, like helping the guy up, putting him in the ring. Fixx is just so huge and big, he can just stand in front of Phil Brown, and Phil Brown ain't gonna see a thing.
Irish whip into the ropes. Fixx goes for a clothesline. Xavier ducks, and Xavier with a flying clothesline, but look at this. Xavier is the one who went down. This is amazing.
I'm telling you, I'm sure the champions all around are now running scared.
Big leg drop and in with the vertical press and a kick out by Xavier. I don't know how he managed that. Only a 2 count.
I think Razor Fixx let him get up because he's not done playing with this guy yet.
Uh-oh, he's got him up in that torture rack. I think this is going to be curtains for Xavier Payne. Phil Brown in there checking, and that's it. He's calling for the bell. Xavier Payne submitting to the torture rack of this problem solver, Razor Fixx. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Razor Fixx.
I don't think they're quite done with Xavier Payne yet. We're not too sure. There's Steve Moody right there in the ring with his man, his monster.
Steve Moody may just have something here. And, well,
Look at all the jealous men. All of you wish you had the body, you had the build, you had the brains. None of you have what the Fixx has.
I think he was talking to you, Rob Moore.
well, he may very well have. Steve Moody and his man Razor Fixx just steamrolling over another opponent here on NWA Main Event Wrestling, and we will be right back.
Stay tuned. NWA Southwest Wrestling will be back after these messages. We're back with more NWA Southwest Wrestling Main Event.
Cactus Jack Roll here with the manager of champions, Steve Moody, who is back here at NWA with a new big monster right here, Razor Fixx. And you have a new attitude, Steve Moody.
That's right, a new attitude. You know, last week I told Rob I have the problem solved, because this is a problem solver. You just saw what happened earlier in the show tonight, what the problem solver, the Fixx, can do. So it don't matter if they come one, if they come two, they come three, it don't matter how many they come at a time, the Fixx has got their number. We've got their number. And all the champions are running. They're scared. They see I have finally found the man that can do the job. So when the day comes that JP Black, when the day comes that Hotstuff Hernandez, when the day comes when Ken Shamrock, it don't matter. This man is 6'8", 300 pounds. He's my problem solver. He's the Fixx. So Ken Taylor, book him, bring him. We are taking home gold sooner or later. And whenever the date gets signed, when one of those big champions is ready to meet their match, that's when Steve Moody is back on top with the Fixx and the Texas or the National or even someday the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, Cactus, that's all I got to say on that subject. It says it all with a picture, or just look at this man. He's awesome. There's nothing anybody in the NWA can do about it. It's the Fixx.
Steve Moody says one man's not enough. The Fixx wants more. His opponent, being accompanied by the manager of champions, Steve Moody, weighing in at 300 pounds from Houston, Texas, here's the problem solver, Razor Fixx.
Now that all you losers have had a chance to see my 6'8" giant, Chuck Murphy, this match here is supposed to be handicapped. I told Ken Taylor I want two people to work the Fixx. There's got to be somebody in that back room that's big enough, that's bad enough, that's tough enough to be your partner. Because right now, if somebody don't walk down that aisle, you are in for a killing. by the Fixx. Somebody back there better watch your back or nobody's here gives a damn about Chuck Murphy.
Hey, well, all right, sir, here we go now. What do you want to give? 5 and 25, it'll give it 30 little 5, 40 little 5, 50 little 5. There was a boy in Arkansas who never listened to his
Introducing apparently Chuck Murphy's tag team partner from the in Austin, Texas, in the suburb of Hippie Hollow, Harley Johnson.
Well, look at this. Steve Moody wanted somebody to come out and face Razor Fixx in this handicap match. And look who comes out. Probably the only man in NWA Southwest who can look Razor Fixx in the eye, and that is Harley Johnson of Texas Trailer Trash. My gosh, and this is totally bizarre. I mean, this is a situation.
Yeah, well, we wanted 3 there, Steve, but you know.
Well, this is a handicap match. Steve Moody wanted a handicap match for his man, the problem solver, the Fixx. And Chuck Murphy came out by himself. And I don't know what's going on here, but Harley Johnson, I think that he had enough of Razor Fixx coming across as the biggest, baddest man in NWA Southwest. So this is going to be most interesting here, Cactus Jack.
Well, look at him. He is the biggest and baddest. He just shoved Harley Johnson back and told him to come on with it.
Well, right now they're locked up collar and elbow like a couple of bulls with their horns locked. A couple of bull moose maybe. And Johnson has Fixx backed up into the corner. Laid in a forearm, and Fixx barely felt that. He's just standing there.
He's just staring this guy down like, what's wrong with you? Go ahead and hit me. And now, there it
turned
is.
around, and Harley Johnson felt that. No question about that. Chop to the chest. And Harley looks like he might be a little worried. Look at this. The ease with which the Fixx threw Harley Johnson into the corner and throwing in those shoulder tackles. I mean, we're talking about Harley Johnson 6'7", Razor Fixx is 6'8". And look at this, Fixx has him up in the air and gives him a side slam.
Yes, but it takes a lot more than just being big and tall to get a job done. You know, Harley Johnson obviously is not in the best shape. You know, he's in pretty decent shape, but he's not in the best shape. He's in nowhere near the shape of Razor Fixx.
Well, I'm certain he doesn't have the access to the training facilities in the trailer park as Steve Moody has for his man Razor Fixx.
Well, you know, at the trailer park, you know, they do a lot of curls, but the curls he's doing, you know, start at 12 ounces and go down as your reps go up.
Look at this, Chuck Murphy coming off the top rope, and the Fixx just catches him in midair. And a fall-away slam by the Fixx.
This kid, I don't even know why this kid showed up.
Weight difference of about 120 pounds between these two. What a mismatch.
What paper are you looking at?
Well, Chuck Murphy weighs in at 180. The Fixx at 300.
I think Chuck Murphy's fibbing a little bit.
And the Fixx goes back to work on Murphy, throwing him through the second rope, over the second rope, I should say, all the way to the floor. And here comes Steve Moody getting his kicks in.
And he just walks over there. Let Steve Moody do what he wants over there, this little chump. You know, the Fixx is just telling Harley, you step on in here, big man. I already ain't had enough of you yet.
Well, I think Chuck Murphy has the size advantage on Steve Moody, but Moody is certainly as devious as anybody to ever set foot inside a wrestling ring.
I beg to differ with you. Look at Razor Fixx. I think Steve Moody has the size difference.
Well, Razor Fixx does have the size difference, that's for sure. Big choke slam by the Fixx. Steve Moody calls him the problem solver, and he is certainly counting on Fixx to get some gold. And look at this. Looked like the Fixx picked Murphy up.
Well, I couldn't tell from my angle if he picked him up or Chuck Murphy actually slid out from underneath the big guy.
Chuck Murphy trying for some offense of his own, throwing in a flying dropkick. Doesn't even faze the big man, and another dropkick.
Exactly, I agree. This kid is so stupid, he's got more guts than brains.
Chuck Murphy up on the top rope going for the aerial attack against the Fixx, and a flying dropkick takes the Fixx off his feet.
Well, after he
Chuck Murphy going in for the cover, but look at that, good Lord.
I told you this guy's big, he's strong, he is a monster, Rob Moore.
The altitude he gave Chuck Murphy just then in kicking out of that lateral press, my gosh. and Murphy hits that corner hard. And Fixx getting Murphy up in the air. Power bomb!
I think
That's got to rearrange his spine.
at least, I don't know what hurt more. Oh,
And
it's
there's the
done.
pin.
I don't know what hurt more, the actual power bomb or the fact that he bounced up another 3-4 feet and came back down. Oh, wait a minute, Fixx ain't done yet. Don't talk to these idiots yet.
Razor Fixx picking up Chuck Murphy and giving him the torture rack.
It's a 2 out of 3 falls. And Razor Fixx, I think,
Now
just won
look
both
at
falls.
this. Harley Johnson running in, trying to rescue Murphy, I guess. And here is all of Texas Trailer Trash, and all three of them are confronting the Fixx. And now look at this, Harley Johnson stomping on Chuck Murphy, and Fixx just steps over the top rope. Moody says they've had enough, let's go. And Texas Trailer Trash beating the bejeebers out of Chuck Murphy.
Why is Terry Stevens telling him to get out of here? He's just standing here.
Face first drop
Terry
by
Stevens,
Texas
you need
Trailer
to be
Trash.
worried about them people.
The bell is ringing.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner of the handicap match, Razor Fixx.
But enough of that. Like ringing the bell's gonna help Terry Stevens. Terry Stevens probably gonna end up trying to find these idiots again. This guy cost Harley Johnson the match, and now they're just teaching this kid a lesson the hard way. You
Well,
get him out of there.
Well, if Harley Johnson had known the meaning of teamwork just a little bit better, maybe Chuck Murphy might not have lost that match, but who knows? Razor Fixx, he is big, he is merciless, he's got the managerial mind of Steve Moody behind him, but inside the ring, a flying clothesline by Bobby Too Bad takes out Chuck Murphy, and Texas Trailer Trash are really doing a number here on Murphy.
They're still not done.
Texas Trailer Trash as ruthless and as vicious as anyone I have ever seen in NWA Southwest Wrestling. As Harley Johnson just throws Murphy out of the ring to the floor.
I think they're done with him now.
I sure hope so for Chuck Murphy's sake. I hope they're done with him. Fans, more action coming up here on NWA Main Event Wrestling. Don't go away.
That would have been great. Get that guy out of here. He's dead. What's that over there?
Stay tuned. NWA Southwest Wrestling will be back after these messages. We're back with more NWA Southwest Wrestling Main Event.
Ladies and gentlemen, this following contest is scheduled for one fall in a non-title match with your referee, the Book Stevens. Introducing first, being accompanied by Harley Johnson from the Paradise Trailer Park outside Austin, Texas, near the suburb of Hippie Hollow, weighing in at 205 pounds, Bobby Too Bad.
As time went on, he did his best and all his deeds he couldn't guess. Practice contest, but not a day. His path would find him behind the ball, working over long stones, trying to imitate the action day. In his Pepsi song, he just can't stand to have him be the older man, not sing at auction, using our day. I sing out to auction school, then you'll be nobody's school. You take your place on the list. 35 and up, put it on.
Bring out that big ball-headed chump and let me win my national heavyweight championship belt. You idiots, shut up or I'm going back to Austin, Texas, and I ain't never coming back.
290 pounds from Houston, Texas, he is the NWA National Heavyweight Champion, Hotstuff Hernandez.
Well, Katie, bar the door. This is going to be a wild one here. We've got Bobby Too Bad from Texas Trailer Trash going one-on-one with the NWA National Heavyweight Champion, Hotstuff Hernandez, here on NWA Main Event Wrestling. We thank you for tuning in, whether you're watching in Dallas-Fort Worth or as part of our nationwide audience or on the internet. We thank you all for tuning in at this very time each and every week for great wrestling action from NWA Southwest Wrestling. I'm Rob Moore, Cactus Jack Royal beside me, and this is definitely going to be a physical matchup. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of scientific moves here.
No, I don't think we will, but I also want to know what Terry Stevens is doing in there. Lately, he's been having a little problems with Texas Trailer Trash and have threatened fines, suspensions, and or both. Did he request this match, or he's just picked at random?
He was assigned to this match by the National Wrestling Alliance, and Terry Stevens, his nickname is The Book, and it's quite obvious that Texas Trailer Trash don't like to go by the book. And right now, Terry is, shall we say, frisking Bobby Too Bad, making sure he doesn't have any contraband on him in the ring.
Well, now I think Terry Stevens is just now taking this a little bit too personal. He needs to remain a little bit more objective.
Well, Terry Stevens is certainly one of the more objective officials in the National Wrestling Alliance.
Obviously, Hotstuff Hernandez appears to be ready. He's in there screaming and hollering like an idiot.
Well, he is the NWA National Heavyweight Champion, certainly one of the big dogs in the entire National Wrestling Alliance, and he will certainly get a chance to prove it coming up at Modern Hell when he takes on Dan the Beast Severn. We will have that for you here on NWA Main Event Wrestling.
And I doubt that one will have a controversial finish.
Well, you never know. Dan Severn, of course, a former two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, as well as a three-time Ultimate Fighting Champion. So Severn can go toe-to-toe with anybody, but look at this. Harley Johnson up on the ring apron, choking out Hotstuff Hernandez, while Bobby Too Bad had Terry Stevens distracted.
Well, I mean by, controversy, if Hotstuff Hernandez loses to Dan Severn, is he going to go cry to the NWA Board of Directors again, saying it was a non-title match like he did when he was at 0-1 in Japan?
There, as I understand it, there was something of a language barrier over there, some misunderstandings between the Americans and the Japanese representatives, and it was just a big mess, but fortunately Hotstuff came out of it still with the NWA National Heavyweight title, but right now, Bobby Too Bad standing up in the ring, standing tall. Hotstuff is on the floor.
I think he wanted to fight you. He just said, come on, Rob Moore. Oh, and Harley Johnson, I think he took care of Hotstuff Hernandez there for you. Don't worry about it. You don't have to be scared. It's all right.
Harley Johnson, the big man, he's about 6'7", weighs about 267, going to work on Hotstuff Hernandez, 290, the Tex-Mex T-Rex. Of course, Hotstuff's official opponent in this match is Bobby Too Bad, and he's been in the ring all this time.
Well, he's been around here long enough, and Texas Trailer Trash has been around here long enough. Hotstuff Hernandez, I might think he's a big idiot, but I don't think he's that big of an idiot to realize that when you take on one, you take on all, whether it be both these two men out here or their third member, the former TV champ.
Oh, flying shoulder tackle over the top rope by Hotstuff Hernandez, bringing that great agility into play here. Now ramming Too Bad head first into that turnbuckle, ramming a shoulder into the midsection now, and Hotstuff has had enough, chopping away at the chest of Too Bad. Irish whip into the corner, and Hotstuff comes in with a big clothesline.
Well, Hotstuff must be feeling a little bit generous today, because normally, there it is. Never mind.
Hotstuff's got him hooked, going to take him up with a suplex. Got him up in the air. What hang time, and finally he comes down.
Oh, there you go. Hotstuff Hernandez taking a page out of the late, great Davey Boy Smith's playbook.
Two-handed press, and Bobby Too Bad gets the shoulder up just in time. Only a 2 count by Terry Stevens.
Now, I think that count was, a little bit fast for Terry Stevens. I've seen Terry Stevens enough to know. Whoa, there's that patented Hotstuff Hernandez spin wheel kick right to the mouth.
And Hernandez once again with a two-handed press on Too Bad, and he gets that shoulder up once again. I'm wondering how seriously Hotstuff is trying to in Too Bad with just the two-handed press.
Well, obviously he's not taking it serious enough because you just never know what these guys are going to do.
Hotstuff missed with a clothesline, and Too Bad comes off with a neck breaker, and he's got Hotstuff down in the middle of the ring. And it looks like the tide is turning now in favor of 1/3 of Texas Trailer Trash, Bobby Too Bad. One of his partners, Harley Johnson, parading around at ringside. Brett Bones, I'm sure, is not too far away.
And you know he's in a foul mood since losing the television championship.
Yes, Brett Bones lost the NWA Southwest television title very recently to Psycho Simpson, of all people, the raving lunatic from Austin State Hospital. And it is Bobby Too Bad now going back to work on Hotstuff Hernandez. Side slam on Hotstuff.
Oh, there goes Terry Stevens there, threatening people again with fines and suspensions. Harley Johnson's just standing there. He's not doing nothing.
Well, if Harley interferes,
At
he is subject to possible fine or suspension by NWA bylaws. And Too Bad now choking Hotstuff on that second rope.
You know, I've been listening to a certain radio host, Jim Rome. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not.
I am.
But, you know, he had a good saying on there. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. It's only cheating when you get caught. And so far, Harley Johnson has not gotten caught.
Well, certainly Harley Johnson is using the rule book to his advantage, as is Bobby Too Bad, whipping Hotstuff into the ropes and a big boot to the face. My gosh, that just about took Hotstuff's head off.
Bobby Too Bad says Hotstuff Hernandez is done and over with. He's ready to put him away.
We shall see Bobby Too Bad with a big leg drop on Hotstuff Hernandez. 5 minutes. 5 minutes gone in this match. Too Bad going all the way to the top rope, flying clothesline, and he takes Hotstuff down. That could very well be the end of it for Hotstuff Hernandez. Bobby Too Bad certainly needs to capitalize on this. Terry Stevens asking Hotstuff, I believe, if he concedes, and Hotstuff does not concede to anybody.
That's allegedly what he's asking. You don't know what they're talking about in there. We've all seen Terry Stevens and referee Hotstuff Hernandez's matches before. Granted, one of them was a hardcore match, and how much assistance he gave to Hotstuff Hernandez.
Stay tuned. NWA Southwest Wrestling will be back after these messages. We're back with more NWA Southwest Wrestling main event.
Well, I remember that particular match, and it was indeed anything goes. Bobby Too Bad choking Hotstuff, and Stevens telling him to basically knock it off.
Well, if I was Bobby Too Bad, I would definitely get with the NWA about Terry Stevens officiating his matches and any matches with Texas Trailer Trash.
And Hotstuff Hernandez reeling in the corner as Bobby Too Bad comes out and continues his offense. Reverse whip, though, by Hotstuff. And Hotstuff has Too Bad up. Oh, my, he's got him up over the shoulder. Power slam by the Tex-Mex T-Rex.
And again, with the two-handed, no cover by Hotstuff Hernandez, allowing Bobby Too Bad to kick out, slide out, whatever it takes.
Leapfrog by Hotstuff and a flying drop kick. And it is Hotstuff once again with a two-handed press. Once again, Bobby Too Bad gets that shoulder up.
Bobby Too Bad might want to check his teeth to make sure what's left of them are still in there.
Slams him head first into that turnbuckle, and now Hotstuff, he's going to deposit Too Bad on that top rope, and I know what's coming up next. Hotstuff with a flying drop kick.
And Terry Stevens, he's not sitting there counting. He's not sitting there doing anything to Hotstuff Hernandez. He's just letting him get away with everything.
Bobby Too Bad almost strangling on his own bandana. It got caught up in his mouth, and his partner Harley Johnson had to help pull it out before he suffocated to death out there.
So see, it does pay to have a friend out here at ringside with you.
Bobby Too Bad, I don't think he knows where he is. He's glassy-eyed. Look at that.
Oh, he's coming around now.
I'm Rob Moore, this is Cactus Jack Royal, and this is NWA Main Event Wrestling. We've got Hotstuff Hernandez going up against Bobby Too Bad, one part of Texas Trailer Trash, and one of his partners, Harley Johnson, is on the floor out there with him. And they're calling for timeout, and that's highly unlikely.
Well, of course they're not going to get the timeout, but again, just by arguing the point with Terry Stevens, they might get a little bit extra time bought to recover from that huge drop kick that Hotstuff Hernandez did.
Well, certainly they are doing what is certainly a smart move by staying outside. Too bad. He looks like he's about to drop right there. But they are buying as much time as they legally can. And Harley Johnson up on the ring apron again, taking issue with Terry Stevens.
Well, I think Bobby Too Bad wanted Harley Johnson to take his place, which usually happens like when somebody knows can't show up due to travel problems or whatever. We can find somebody to take their place. So I think this falls under. Oh wow!
Hotstuff just beating the holy you-know-what out of Bobby Too Bad out there on the safety railing. There's Harley Johnson, and if he interferes, he could very well get the same thing himself from Hotstuff Hernandez. Too Bad is back in the ring, and here comes Hotstuff, but Too Bad was waiting for him with a clothesline. Another clothesline. Hotstuff still standing. Hotstuff misses with a clothesline, and look out, a neck breaker by Bobby Too Bad.
See, obviously Bobby Too Bad wasn't as hurt as he was letting on to all you people to believe. He has this match well in control. He's got the National Heavyweight Champion flat on his back, and now he's going to the top rope.
Bobby Too Bad climbing those ropes. If he jumps off the top rope and nails Hotstuff, this could be all for the national champion. Big splash on top of Hotstuff, and I think that's going to be all. 2 and 3. Hotstuff got that left shoulder up just in time.
I don't know about that count. Again, there are some personal issues here between Terry Stevens and Texas Trailer Trash.
Well, Terry Stevens is professional enough to leave any personal feelings aside. He calls it right down the middle. He calls it like it is. Bobby Too Bad going in for the cover. He's got the leg hook too, and almost a 3. That right hand just millimeters from hitting the mat a third time. Hotstuff just barely got that shoulder up. Irish whip now, ducks the clothesline, and a spear!
That'll clean your clock.
Hotstuff Hernandez turning Bobby Too Bad inside out with a spear. Going for a pump handle move to get him in position. Got him up and down, and he slams him hard. Hotstuff again with a two-handed press, and Too Bad gets that shoulder up.
But why is he now he's complaining to Terry Stevens just because he's not big and bad enough to do a proper cover? He thinks he's this big superstar, which he's not.
10 minutes gone in this match.
And now he's got him up and gone, darts him across through. Now look.
That is the hot bomb. He's got the leg hooked, and that is it. And Hotstuff
and don't forget about
Harley Johnson is in there, and he is stomping on Hotstuff Hernandez. Harley Johnson picking up where Bobby Too Bad left off, basically pounding on the NWA National Heavyweight Champion. Terry Stevens continuing to call for the bell. And Harley Johnson clotheslines Hotstuff down.
And Harley Johnson, he's telling Bobby Too Bad to get back up in here. But I think after that hot bomb, awesome bomb, whatever you want to call it. Oh, there's Hotstuff Hernandez with a cheating move.
Hotstuff now stomping on Harley Johnson. And that bit of Texas Trailer Trash is on the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, the Tex-Mex T-Rex, Hotstuff Hernandez.
Got to be the luckiest man in the NWA.
Hotstuff Hernandez is the NWA National Heavyweight Champion, and he just defeated Bobby Too Bad, 1/3 of Texas Trailer Trash here on NWA Main Event Wrestling. Fans, thank you for joining us each and every week, and we want you right back here every week for more great action from NWA Main Event Wrestling. I'm Rob Moore, this is Cactus Jack Royal, and we want you right here each and every week for NWA Main Event Wrestling.
Okay, now what about the Psycho and Steve match? Is that done, or is that out, or what?